Have you ever wondered how the most popular social networking site was created? If so, you might have already watched The Social Network. But it must have raised some questions in your mind. Did Mark really steal the idea of Facebook? Is it based on the true story? Let's test it out. As every movie begins, our minds get hooked on some intriguing scenes. Just like this first scene in The Social Network. We see Mark and his girlfriend, Erica Albright, sharing a beer at a bar. We are taken aback when Erica unexpectedly chooses to end their relationship. However, it turns out that Erica Albright is merely a fictional character created for the movie. This breakup acts as a catalyst for Mark's subsequent creation of FaceMash and eventually Facebook. This deception of the movie got the true story wrong, as Mark Zuckerberg created FaceMash in 2003 as a fun side project to compare the attractiveness of Harvard students. This project was inspired by Hot or Not, a popular website at the time, and was not directly linked to a breakup. The idea for Facebook came from Zuckerberg's broader interest in creating a social network that could connect people. He was approached by the Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra to work on their social networking site, Harvard Connection, later Connect You, which may have influenced his thoughts on social networking. Zuckerberg's motivation to create Facebook was more about innovation and seizing an opportunity in the social media space. So, did he create FaceMash to rate students just because of a breakup? No. In October 2003, Mark Zuckerberg created FaceMash by exploiting vulnerabilities in Harvard's network. He accessed the online directories of several Harvard houses, dormitories, to download images of students without their permission. Zuckerberg wrote a program that harvested photos from the house websites. He then used these photos to create a website where users could compare and rate the attractiveness of the students. FaceMash quickly became popular among Harvard students, but it also sparked outrage due to privacy violations and the unauthorized use of personal images. Within days, Harvard administrators shut down FaceMash. The university's disciplinary board investigated the incident, and Zuckerberg was charged with breaches of security, privacy violations, and intellectual property theft. Although he faced serious allegations, he was not expelled and instead was placed on academic probation. So, is it true Mark Zuckerberg hacked into the directories? Yes. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard University in 2004 to pursue the growth of Facebook, the social networking platform he co-founded. His decision to leave Harvard was influenced by the rapid expansion and increasing demands of Facebook, which had already gained significant popularity among college students. Zuckerberg, along with his co-founders and early collaborators, recognized the potential of Facebook to become a global phenomenon and wanted to focus fully on its development and management. While Zuckerberg's departure was driven by entrepreneurial ambitions, it also reflected his confidence in Facebook's future prospects and his belief that dedicating all his time and energy to the company would yield greater success than completing his degree. His decision was not without controversy, as dropping out of Harvard meant leaving behind a prestigious educational opportunity. However, Zuckerberg's vision and determination paid off as Facebook continued to grow exponentially, eventually becoming one of the largest and most influential technology companies in the world. So, is it true that Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard? Yes. There's always a victim displayed in the movie, especially in biographies. Someone who had all the hardships along the way, and they contributed for only good. Just like Eduardo Saverin, but was he really the victim? In the film, Saverin and Zuckerberg start as friends, with Saverin being asked to provide financial support for Facebook. However, their friendship takes a turn when they meet Sean Parker, who causes trouble for Saverin. Following Parker's advice, the company moves to Palo Alto while Saverin stays in New York to focus on business development. Disagreements arise as the company grows, with Saverin being cautious and Zuckerberg wanting aggressive expansion, influenced by Parker. Saverin's dissatisfaction with Facebook, Zuckerberg, and Parker intensifies when he discovers his share was diluted due to an investment deal with Peter Thiel. This leads to Saverin filing a lawsuit against Zuckerberg. In reality, Zuckerberg and Saverin agreed to invest $1,000 in the site, with Saverin providing funds for the servers. After 6 months, Zuckerberg and Moskowitz moved to Palo Alto, while Saverin pursued an internship in New York. Before parting ways, Zuckerberg entrusted Saverin with 3 tasks: establishing the company, securing funding, and developing a business model. Unfortunately, Saverin failed to accomplish these tasks and even ran unauthorized ads on Facebook for his startup. So, is it true Eduardo Saverin was a victim in the creation of Facebook? No. Eduardo Saverin's failure was turned into success by Sean Parker. He stumbled upon the website on his roommate's girlfriend's computer and reached out to Zuckerberg to arrange a meeting. At the meeting, he presented an ambitious vision for the company, convincing Zuckerberg to relocate to Palo Alto. Although the film portrays him as an antagonist due to Saverin's disagreement with his business decisions, Parker's actions at Facebook were ultimately beneficial for the company. Parker's belief in the company's potential surpassed even Zuckerberg's own. Parker flew to New York to meet Zuckerberg, but their collaboration didn't begin immediately, meeting again months later in Palo Alto. Zuckerberg invited Parker to join Facebook, where he focused on fundraising due to his experience with Napster and Silicon Valley. Parker later took over as president after replacing Saverin, but his time at Facebook ended in 2005 following an arrest for drug possession during a kiteboarding trip, despite not being charged. Despite pressure from investors, Parker resigned as president, but remained involved in Facebook's growth, maintaining regular meetings with Zuckerberg. So, is it true Sean Parker did more harm than good to Facebook? No. The depiction of Mark Zuckerberg stealing the idea from the Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra for a social networking site is the major plotline of The Social Network. The claim that Zuckerberg stoked the Winklevoss idea is simply not accurate, as social networks already existed before their concept. The Winklevoss twins lacked essential elements such as a patent, draft, business plan, and a monetization strategy for their rough idea. Without execution, ideas hold no value whatsoever. This is why they ultimately settled with Zuckerberg, as a subpar settlement was preferable to a potentially unfavorable trial outcome. However, we can also not say that creating Facebook was Mark's original idea. As Einstein once said, "The secret to creativity is to hide your sources. You either steal it or get inspired. It's just a matter of innovation. If you have a better way to do it, then you are a champion like Mark Zuckerberg." In the early stages, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, along with Divya Narendra, approached Mark Zuckerberg with the idea of collaborating on a project called Harvard Connection, a social networking site exclusively for Harvard students. Although Zuckerberg initially agreed to work on Harvard Connection, he eventually decided to pursue his own vision for a social networking platform. While working on Harvard Connection, Zuckerberg simultaneously began developing what would later become Facebook. Subsequently, the Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra filed a lawsuit against Zuckerberg, accusing him of stealing their idea and using their code to launch Facebook. This legal battle concluded in 2008 with a settlement where Facebook paid $65 million in cash and stock to the plaintiffs and acknowledged them as co-founders of Facebook. So, is it true Mark Zuckerberg stole the idea from Winklevoss twins? No. The Social Network offers a captivating cinematic portrayal of Facebook's beginnings, merging real-life events with engaging storytelling. Despite taking some creative liberties and fictionalizing certain aspects, it effectively delves into the intricacies of ambition, friendship, and the competitive realm of tech startups. That's all for this video examining the facts and fiction of The Social Network. What was the most enjoyable part for you? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more true story content exploring the difference between movies and reality.